Hi peeps, I have maybe 4 things I want to talk about today, and I've got reminders in front of me so I won't ramble too much. I want to talk about a little bit about doll making because I do that on rare occasion and I've been finding time lately, so I wanted to talk about that. I wanted to talk about filking music and what I'm up to. I wanted to talk about additions to my online store and what's happening with that because it's been a long time since I've talked about that, and so it's time I updated the world. And of course, Akashic. Let's see if I can do. I'm not going to end up doing them. And I'm probably going to be annoyed by my cat too while I'm at it. Boo boo. Ugh, there. Oh my gosh. Can't do. Ugh. Boo Boo is a Thanksgiving kitty. I had this. Okay, first I'm going to cover that. Yes, you guys, I do have paganistic beliefs. They're beliefs I was raised with. And even though my parents joined this Christian thing and stop, he makes my nose itch. What I was raised with is still within me at least. And one is reincarnation, and Ra is a cat that I have had. Oh gosh, I don't know. And when he died, he was very old. I had like a dream or a vision of how he would come back, and I had given up hope on that. Thought I was imagining it, and then it happened exactly as I saw it. I mean, exactly to the crack in the sidewalk. So that little raw kitty was my beloved, and he was killed by a dog I had to rehome. I mean, it was terrible, and broke my heart. And you know, is he coming back? Is he coming back? I mean, that's what you're going to ask yourself, you know, because you know, and that Thanksgiving he appeared at this woman's house that's on my husband's mail route, one of my husband's mail routes, and I'm slow because I'm trying to handle this. And anyway, the point is, he just kind of appeared fortuitously and came home with us, and he is up my rear all of the time. Too young to be a reincarnation unless he were what's considered a walk-in, which is where his soul walks into a body that's already born as opposed to being born in that body. But he loves me and I love him, so it's fine. But I do still sometimes cry over Raw. Anyway, let's get to the if he won't leave me alone. I'll have to pick him. In fact, he's eating my hand right now as we speak. Okay, so what's on my table? Okay, first let's talk doll news. Dolls. I think the reason why Raw, Boo Boo, you're making me cough. Quit that. Is because my mother actually wouldn't let me have fashion dolls. There was this girl I used to hang with, Mary, up the street, and she would steal my toys or make me pay her in toys to hang with her. And I was a young child and didn't have any self-esteem, I guess. So I would lose toys, and then Mom would get mad. And I don't blame her for getting mad now, not over the loss of the toy, but the fact that this girl was doing this to me. And so Mom stopped letting me have. There was this. Gosh, my nose is itching now. Thank you, Boo Boo. Thank you a lot. I had a Farrah Fawcett fashion doll. It was my favorite doll. Her hair was so white, and I loved it. And I was playing at Mary's yard, and the doll disappeared. And Mom refused to let me have any fashion dolls after that. I think I was like 5 when it happened. So now I have this insane love of dolls, and you know, I will look up their history sometimes. I would have, you know what? I'm gonna put Boo Boo out of the office. Ouch, that hurt a lot. Listen, you, that hurts when you bite me. I love you too. Go on, go play. And yeah, so I guess the fact that I have become a not a very good doll artist. I used to be pretty well known, though. I was the person that was doing the fashion doll witness protection program, which I've noticed other people are doing a fashion protection program on occasion. But I was the one that started it. And I used to get all these requests, and the quest and the goal is you go to yard sales and you find dolls at yard sales. Usually they've been very, very, very played with and very loved and need a lot of work. Sometimes they're in very bad shape. And people are like, well, I'll just sell it to you for a quarter. And well, that's okay. I'll buy it for a quarter. So the point is, so, you know, I get really excited when I can find time to make a doll. And sometimes I will buy a blank doll. And I found this little darling. She's a little piggy. I wanted it to be a little male, but the cloth that I have, I didn't have anything because I wanted it to be pajamas. And so I ended up pink, so I guess it's going to be a little girl. That's okay. Or maybe I'll just make her however, and you can interpret her as you will, because pink used to be a boy's color a long time ago. Somehow it's switched. I don't know the story behind why now it's pink for girls and blue for boys when it used to be the other way around. Probably because that blue boy pink girl painting set, and now people have this thing, and it was really the other way around. Once upon a time. I think my nose is going to itch through the rest of the video. I have 11 cats. You'd think I'd fare better. Yes, 11. Someday less whenever Halloween is over and it's safe to adopt some out. Anyway, so here are the pajamas that I made. Whoever invented colors is an evil, evil, evil individual. Oh my gosh, I'm terrible at colors, but little buttons. And I actually really enjoy modifying Barbie shoes and doll shoes. So these shoes that I'm about to show you were straight pink, and they have like this bunny molded in the front because I guess they're supposed to be bunny slippers. But you know, when I was growing up, bunny slippers were bunny heads with ears, and that's a bunny slipper. So I don't know what they were thinking of these shoes. And so I ended up modifying them. They were just this plain molded pink plastic. So what I did, and I'm trying to raise money for a better camera. Work with me here. If you guys want to help me get a better camera, I'm done with that. If not, send camera vibes my way. Anyway, I cut a little bit of the matching cloth to go with the pajamas, and I made little soles, and I put them in there, and then I painted up the bottom. Well, I guess those are insoles, and then I painted the soles, and then I put a little flower on the front. So now I've got these cute little unique shoes that will go with my little piggy, who I'm going to call Piggy with a Blanket. And when it's complete, I will link my doll website that is usually ignored below. And if you're curious what happens with Piggy with a Blanket and how he turns out, you'll get to see him there. Or her. I keep thinking of it as a him, so whatever. So I'm really excited by that. And I also have another rescue doll that I don't remember where I picked her up with. I've had her for so long. She's on my table. She will be my next fashion doll witness. With the fashion doll witnesses, I actually give them backstories. And I'm thinking this one, you know, I might go into the realm of sci-fi with this one yet. I don't know yet. I'll be taking off the paint on her face, and her hair is black, and I'm pretty happy about that. I'm thinking of making her a contemporary Native American like me, with hair that used to be like mine, except I'm going to leave it black. If I can restore the hair. If not, then I will be making her a wig. I have rerouted dolls before, but I don't like doing it. And wig making is a new thing I'm experimenting with. I mean, I have recently learned how to make doll wefts, and the process I found, you take the yarn and you do the yarn. I'm going to do a video about it eventually. I've changed the process so I have less waste, and I'm able to do all these different things. So I don't know if other people do the process I do, but I will be sharing it when I can get things set up to record next time I make a doll weft hair, doll hair weft. Anyway, so moving on to music. I think we'll talk about my music first, because this is my vlog and it's all about me. Whenever I perform my music, I tend to have an Americana style. I don't like it. I do, but I don't. It depends on the song. But when I record the music, I tend to end up putting sounds and stuff in there because I don't really feel like I am completely Americana. And I am looking for someone who can do music loops so that I can experiment with putting Americana with a more ethereal / dark wave-ish sound, because that's kind of like what's in my head, and I'm trying to find a way to articulate it with my lack of skills. I do have some songs out, of course. They're not very well put together because I recorded them myself. So I have been finding people who can remaster them. I got one, but that's all budget wise. I used the last of my money to get the first one, which is, oh, what was it? Wind and Rain. Wind and Rain remastered, and it's almost completely Americana style, except for an echo that I enjoy having in the song because it's a ghost story, you know. And so it sounds much better now that I had somebody who knows what they're doing. So I contacted someone else that they were like, well, I'll do auto tuning, I'll do all these things to improve your file, and I thought, well, they're perfect. And so I contacted them and I asked them, hey, you know, I'm not the best singer in the world, but I would like some touches on this, and you know, here's the song, here's what I hear. I would appreciate your input. Please let me know which of your packages to buy, and I will buy it. We can get started because he's got all these packages, and I don't know which one's the most appropriate he feels he can do. It's been 3 days. It's been 3 days, no response. So I guess he feels that Americana is out of his scope because most of the master mixer people that I've been finding are mostly hip hop and rap people apparently, and it's like, okay, fine. Uh, so I am looking for someone to work with on occasion. That will be able to do that. But in the meantime, and I've also found some public domain footage for my song "Oh Death," which is #2, and I did "Oh Death" and learned about "Oh Death" because of a request by a listener. Actually, I don't know if they're a fan, but they were listening to my stuff, and so I did "Oh Death," and my "Oh Death" has a well, it has my sound. You know, I have like this powwow slash Americana, you know, slash experimental. I really don't know where to put my music. You know, I don't, you know. What do you want from me? So I'm trying to get them named together to get it mixed, I mean mastered. Because I kind of like the mix as it is, and so it doesn't need much more changing except to have it sound professionalized. And I came across some public domain footage that I thought would look really amazing mixed with what I have been recording to make its video, because I do music videos on occasion. Uh, so we'll see how that goes, you know, and that leads me into music videos. There is a music video I have been working on for years for Avalon Rising with permission, and and then like I'm like, oh, I know a better way to do it. So it's like, so I've got to sit down. It's going to have my artwork in it, like hand-drawn artwork, not 3D artwork. It might have some of my 3D artwork. I mean, I had been originally working on that, but I'm thinking that the video is never going to get done enough to animate the whole thing because, you know, animating by yourself is, especially when you don't have always a lot of time, you know, it takes a lot of time. So we'll see how that goes. But music-wise, in my online shop, which I've had for years and normally had never made one sale, it just kind of sat there, and after a while I just started ignoring it because I figured, why bother? Wow. Lately things have picked up, and I don't know if it's because people aren't going anywhere and they're just freaking bored, or because someone suggest, because back up and let me explain the store. The store is attached to the publishing venture, the Writers of the Apocalypse. And when we went to conventions, we started picking up Filk singers' CD albums, very specific CD, because we wanted to help them out. So we put their CD albums on our table at conventions. And so the store kind of reflected that. And then one of the people I work with suggested that I open an eBay store and put the CDs on eBay because all the conventions were getting canceled because COVID. So I did, and to my surprise, there were people out there who don't do the conventions, that don't have any access to the stuff that I had, that started buying things. And so it kind of grew from there. And then we put this in the store. Julia Eklar, Filk singing, the Filk genre, which is like one of my, you know, I have like two actual genre loves. You know, there's like Filk, and then Then if it's considered like dark wave, I'm going to stop and see if I like it. And I mean, I tend to like all music, but you know, I grew up in the 80s. What do you want from me? I was a teenager in the 80s. So we put this, and what's so special about Dreamer? This is Dreamer. I know it's showing backwards. Oh well, the video's backwards. What's so special about Dreamer is that this was published a very long time ago, and this is a reprint. And what happened is some satyrs were wandering happily through the snow-bounded forest of their magical land, and they came across this lamppost standing in the middle of nowhere. And there was a sign, dig here. So they dug, and up come this trove of Dreamer books, when people thought it was rare and out of print. And so we put it and another one that was just as that was rare, Wester Filk, on the store as a sale to very specifically Filkers. It was announced to Filkers in the Filking Facebook groups, and wow, the response was amazing, and it really brought my store to life. So people have been signing up for the newsletter, and which, wow. And the husband says to me, I would like our Filk store to be huge. I want it to be a huge, 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 huge music store. And I said to him, oh, do you have time for acquisitions? So we have Filk artists and their CDs, very specific CDs. Yes, I do have it set up that if you're a Filk artist and you want to upload your audio to the store, you can manage that yourself. But we're being very careful with who we're dealing with at this time. Just, there's a lot going on, and I don't want to disappoint anyone. That's one of the reasons. But officially I have about 30, give or take, Dreamers left, and the person who has the rest, if I can convince her to send me the rest, because I'm doing them on commission, once that rest is gone, they're gone. And so I'm excited, because it was like the universe spoiling me, because I had just found out about a Dreamer a couple of months beforehand and started looking for the book and praying maybe there's a PDF, maybe there's something out there. And because Julia Ecklar, I grew up with her music, didn't know who she was, would like read the cassette tapes that had been given to me that were stolen. So Filk music must be amazing somehow. And never put two and two together. Then as time progressed and the internet, I started to learn. But this is what it is. It's some of Julia Ecklar's songs, and with this is one of her favorites. Lady Hawk, fly bravely on. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Let me see, what else can I? Stuff in here I hear, but I haven't memorized. Now I'm like, I must memorize them. I must try to memorize them. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Because there is. Oh, it's here, Summers. Yeah, I'm gonna go crazy. Look at her. There's actually an acapella of me doing of Tin Soldier very early on in my audio files. It's terrible. Don't go watch it. Don't embarrass me. Why do I give it up? I don't know. Here it is. All About Berries. This is an Elfquest song, and if you don't know, there is an Elfquest World Pool tale I did that was inspired by a conversation with Richard Peeney. That's on the internet for free to read. If you like, I'll link it below. And it's all about berries, which was one of my favorite songs. Like most of my life, I have played the Elfquest Wolf Riders Reflections CD so much through life that I no longer need to play it. I can sit back, close my eyes, and play it in my head. But anyway, the point is that really brought the store to life, and someone suggested that we might be the last Filk store left standing. I think that that's just because COVID. Oh, sure, there's other Filk stores. I mean, there's Flowing Lass, for example. I mean, but I think he was meaning like a store, not, a producer store. But I think it's just the COVID thing. I'm online, and we have an eBay arm extension that I have just spent 2 days with my eyes bleeding fixing it so the main shop will sync with the eBay shop, because I've been having to go to both, and now they're in sync, and it'll be a lot less work for me. Oh my God, because I want to play music, and I sit there at the computer all day. And little things like Dreamer is the first most popular item in the store. And then Filk was the second, but we sold out and there are no more. If someone comes up with some more Filks later, I will be happy to carry them. The person who had them the first time is going to look in his garage once work lets him, he'll let us know. I'm holding my breath because Filk, yeah. And then this little CD is now currently the second most popular item in the store. Margaret Middleton's Legends in Literature. Once these are gone, I'm pretty sure they'll be all gone. I really need to ask her. I don't know. She's got this folk music sound, and I like her sound, and I like this CD. And I think my favorite is Laughter from the Loch. It's from the point of view of the Loch Ness Monster, and the chorus is ha, 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 ha. Margaret told me that this is actually that the Laughter from the Loch is someone else's song, and she told me the story at Shamanicon, my first Shamanicon. So, yeah, second most popular item in the store. And then of course there's Serious Steel. Come on, Serious Steel, because Filk music covers all these geeky things, and I guess the SEA is considered geeky. This is music inspired by the SEA, so pretty exciting to see something bloom. Yes, my music is on there, but you can find my music elsewhere, and since I'm not exactly as good as these guys, whatever. If you like me, let me know. If you hate me, I know. You haven't said anything. I'm good. So that brings me down to Akashic at 21 minutes, 50 seconds and counting. Akashic. And this was my reminder to remind me to go to Akashic. I am so happy. As I had mentioned in one of my last videos, chapter 2 begins on Halloween, which is just a couple of days away. Currently, I have a Happy Halloween image that I would love if you would go look at, because I'm proud of it. She was my reminder to get more monsters into the story, and that's all I'm going to say. But I guess because I'm in an area on the storytelling where the sets have been built, and so I compose the characters, and it's a little bit less work than usual to make the scenes. It's been going pretty fast. Even though it starts on the 31st, I'm already at something like a third of the way along for the end of chapter 2. And I have decided firmly that if I do manage to finish chapter 2 in advance enough of the chapter 2 finishing on the website, then I will indeed put it up for sale. And for my Patreon supporters and the Hammer Space supporters, but not for free anywhere. Like currently with chapter 1, I have it where you can download it from, say, Drive-Thru RPG and pay what you want, and people don't pay anything, and so in this way they don't support the comic. Which, yeah, I would be grateful though if you do download the chapter from someplace like that, if you would give it a review, preferably a good review, but a review. That would be great. I love a good review because it lets me know I'm doing a good job. But even a thoughtful bad review lets me know where I need to improve as a storyteller. I've seen some pretty petty reviews over the years. There's one I put, and all they did was put a shit emoji. It's like, oh yeah, that's so informative. You know, are you 12? So I welcome good reviews because even negative ones with the criticism, they help. Now sometimes I may not agree with your criticism, but it still lets me know what I need to look at. So things are progressing really fast, and I hope that you will be happy to stop by the website and check it out. And if you're playing the game system, please give me input on how it's working or not working for you. Please. And I think that's it. So now I'm going to put Piggy up, because I will not be working on Piggy today. The next step with Piggy is going to be getting rid of the seams and sanding the body. I do have an airbrush where I'm wanting to blush the body up, but I have to set things up, and I don't think I have the paint I want. So Piggy's a work in progress, which means that the other doll will stand up next. Anyway, I'll go. Or rather, you might see me later if you come back.